You've got it tuned in to 90.3 KEXP, where the music matters. We are truly honored and blessed this evening on the Roadhouse to have with us the Jones Family Singers, one of the hardest working gospel groups at it today, led by Bishop Fred Jones, who's presided over the Mount Zion Church of Christ of God in Markham, Texas for over 30 years now. Ladies and gentlemen, open your ears and hearts to the sanctified and soulful sounds of the Jones Family Singers.
All disappointments and your trials too. Ups and downs in life, your fear and your strife will see you through it all. You learn to trust in Jesus through it all. God will see you through it all. My Lord, your God will see you through it all. Running around, here and there, for some reason you God won't solve your problem. My advice to you is to give it up to Him. He'll see you through it all. You learn to trust in Jesus through it all. God will see you through it all. My Lord, your God will see you through it all. You give it to my Savior through it all. He'll make that problem better. You know that God will see you through. Jones Family Singers, girls, if you don't mind, come on and help me tell them through it all. Through it all, I know that God will see you through. I don't care what you're facing on today. All you have to do is just give it over to the Lord, and He'll make that problem better. Through it all, I know He will see you through. See, I know Him as a problem-solving God. And I know He'll solve every one of them. Through it all, God will see you through. Yes, He will. God will see you through it all.
Said I'm going up to heaven to sing and shout. Nobody will be able to put me out yet. Said I know it won't be long. Said I know it won't be long. Said I know it won't be long. We're going on. If you miss me, from singing down here, and you can't find me nowhere, come on up to sing and shout. Nobody will be able to put me out, yeah. Said I know it won't be long. Said I going to glory.
I'm going home.
I got to see
I'm going
Jesus
home.
when I go home. Yeah,
I'm
listen.
going home.
There'll be no more crying.
I'm going home.
No more dying.
I'm going home.
Will you meet me there?
I'm going home.
I'm going home.
I'm going
One more time, I'm going home. Oh, yeah.
Wow, incredible. The Jones Family Singers live here on KEXP 90.3 FM. That was wonderful. Thanks so much for taking some time to come in here and play for us on the Roadhouse this evening. You're playing at Demetrius Jazz Alley tonight. If you could take a moment and just introduce your group here, that would be great.
It's a pleasure to do so. On the lead guitar is my youngest son, Fred Allen Jones Jr. On the bass is my oldest son, Kenneth Jones. On the drum is my adopted son, that's Mr. Matthew Hudland. To my extreme right is Sabrina, Teresa, Velma, Ernestine, and the lead singer, my youngest daughter, Alexis. And all of this is family. My wife's outside. She normally be in, but she's outside. And I am Bishop Jones. Thank you.
Thank you, Bishop. And thank you so much for coming in again. And the Jones Family Singers is very much a story of devotion, a story of perseverance, but most of all, it's a story of family and the unity of family. Just wonder if you could speak for a moment about that entity in your life of family, be it the tight-knit community we have in this room or the greater spiritual family that you have and how that influences your music.
Well, the family being an age-old creation of God, started in heaven, came down to the earth, and as the children started being born, we just decided to incorporate them into the ministry because the music and the ministry is much more interesting and much more, I would say, relative because we all have the same goal, same drive, and that is to touch people's lives. Family is important, and so as a result of knowing who we are and whose we are and what we're about, we have a mandate to go out and touch families everywhere.
That's beautiful. And you're touching families in a bigger way than ever before. There's a movie out about you guys now.
Yes,
just premiered at South by Southwest.
Absolutely. It's called The Jones Family Singers Will Make a Way. And it's a documentary that had been 3+ years in the making. Finally got it done, and now it's traveling the country in film festivals across America.
That's wonderful. What was that like, having a camera on you at all times for 3 years, following your struggles and your journey?
Well, I'll let one of them answer it because for me it was grueling.
It was nice. We had to keep a smile on our face.
You've described your sound as a traditional feel with contemporary flair. I think we heard that in the first couple songs.
Yes.
And your sound does have a wonderful vintage quality to it, harkening back to great gospel families like, say, the Staple Singers or classic quartets and groups like the Pilgrim Travelers and the Soul Stirrers. If you could talk for a moment about that traditional sound and how that affects, the musical sources that give you inspiration.
Well, we look at it this way. The traditional quartet has always been around. And so we felt like if we kept the traditional sound, it would include the quartetters. But then we put a contemporary flair on it for those who are more contemporary and less traditional so that we can incorporate and include everybody in and have something good to say to everybody.
That's great. I believe that album does have that. And it's a great album. It came out last year, The Spirit Speaks. And you got help from a variety of folks on this. Music critic Michael Cochran has really championed you guys over the years and helped you. But you also got help from Jim Eno of the band Spoon. It was recorded at his studio from some other musicians, the Reavers, a couple from that band. Do you intend to go back into the studio? What have you learned from that?
Well, we learned quite a bit that it is an effort.
Yeah.
We learned that it is nothing to play with, especially when you get in sort of like cahoots, if you will, with the R&B side and you find that they record and treat a recording in a whole different way than most quartetists do, and they kind of put you more into the effort of it all. They call it the science of it, but we plan to do more as time passes, but we've got a brand new live recording that's going to come out here shortly. We just did last week at our church. We brought all of that seasoning home, and we wanted to do something epic and historic. And so instead of recording it in Austin, where it was originally to be recorded, we wanted to do it at home.
That's wonderful. And the album, it features songs that you've worked on for over 20 years. How is it like recording those songs again?
It's wonderful because just like they had meaning when we recorded them at first, seeing how God has brought us from a meager fare to a mega fare, they have just that much more meaning now because the song becomes very real.
Yeah, and you are coming to a mega fair. I mean, you have 2 shows at Demetrios Jazz Alley, followed by on Friday, you've got a show up in Juneau, Alaska,
yes.
and then your first trip outside of the lower 48. That's great. And then festivals in Germany, Netherlands, dates in Russia and Canada. You're playing the Hollywood Bowl in June, Newport Folk Festival in July. That's just an amazing lineup. How does that feel?
That feels absolutely, positively, unequivocally awesome.
Well, that is great. How about another awesome song? This is my favorite song off the album by far. Would you mind playing Bones in the Valley for us?
All right.
Thank you. Got it tuned in to 90.3 Jones Family Singers.
In the 37th chapter of the book of Ezekiel, God tells Ezekiel to go down in the valley and preach to the valley of dry bones. When he gets down there, he tells the bones to hear the word of the Lord. I want y'all to help me tell the audience what he said. Bones.
Oh, the bones, the bones.
Oh, yes, bones.
Oh, the bones, the bones.
Say it again.
Oh, the bones, the bones.
Oh, yeah, bones.
Oh, the bones,
Listen.
the bones.
Bones in the valley gonna rise.
Some of these bones are mine.
I said
Some of these bones are mine.
Say it again, girl.
Bones in the valley gon' rise.
Oh,
Some
yeah.
of these bones are mine.
I can't
Some of
hear you.
these bones are mine.
Listen. God called Ezekiel because he was wise. Said to go in the valley and you prophesy. Ezekiel went in the valley, got his knees to pray. Old dry bones, you got to rise today. Bone was rubbing in the shining sand. Bone was traveling like a natural man. Toe bone connected to the foot bone tight. Foot bone connected to the ankle right. Here come the leg bone, yes he did. And then he caught the kneecap to hold it with. Thigh comes skipping at God's command. Connecting the hip bone, making half of a man. Bones in the valley gonna rise.
Some of these bones are mine.
I said
Some of these bones are mine.
Said again, girl.
Bones in the valley gon' rise.
Oh,
Some
yeah.
of these bones are mine.
I can't
Some
hear
of
you.
these bones are mine.
Listen. God made man and he laid it down dumb. Give him 4 fingers, a hand and a thumb. God made man and he never did fail. In of his fingers he put loop fingernails. You got 5 bones, you work them like this. Call it your hand, but when it's closed, your fist. Bone after bone, you give it a twist. Right behind the hand, you find the amen wrist. All of these bones God is specially made. You got muscle, shoulder blade. Bones in the valley gonna rise.
Some of these bones are mine.
I said
Some of these bones are mine.
Said again.
Bones in the valley gon' rise.
Oh, yeah.
Some of these bones are mine.
I'm getting
Some of
happy.
these bones are mine.
Here's another thing. Listen. God made man and he laid down dead. Give his skull bone that they call man head. God made man and he made him so fair. Top of his head he placed his hair. God made man without a doubt or fear. Tapped inside the head and he got 2 ears. God made man with his own supply. Tapped him in the face and he got 2 eyes. God made man at his own disposal. Tapped him in the face and that man got a nose. God made your brother, made you free from sin. He gave you a mouth, a jawbone, and a chin. Bone in the valley gonna rise. Some of these bones are mine. I said, some of these bones are mine. One more time. Bones in the valley gonna rise. Oh yeah. Some of these bones are mine. I'm happy. Let's take it home. Bones are mine. Oh, these bones. Some of these bones are mine. Can I get a witness? Some of these bones are mine. Can I get a witness? Some of these bones. Anybody know these? Some of these bones are mine. They are yours. Some of these bones are mine. You need to get up. Some of these bones are mine. Give God. Some of these bones are mine. God praise. Some of these bones are mine. Why don't you get up? Some of these bones are mine. Get up. Some of these bones. Put your hands together. Some of these bones are mine. Praise the Lord. Some of these bones. I'm getting happy. Some of these bones are mine. These bones. Some of these bones are mine. I said some of these bones are mine. Thank you. Well, try Jesus. Try him. He's the best thing that ever happened to me, to me. He's the best thing that ever happened to me. Y'all help me say, try Jesus. Try him. He's the best thing that ever happened to me, to me. He's the best thing that ever happened to me. Seattle, let me testify. Listen, when I was down, I felt like giving up. It was hard drinking from life's bitter cup. That's when I found out. If I would make it at all, I had to call on Jesus. On my knees I had to fall, because he is the best thing that ever happened to me. Jesus is the best thing that ever happened to me. Now, John, if you don't mind,
Now I have joy I never had before.
peace.
Peace like a river flowing more and more.
What did he do for you, boy?
He dispelled my darkness. Now I can see a brighter day.
How about now?
Joy did come in the morning. Now I can truly say,
What you say?
that he is the best thing that ever happened. Oh, he is the best thing that ever happened to me.
Seattle, we're talking about Jesus. Try him. I know he's the best thing that ever happened to me. Oh, he's the best thing that ever happened to me. John.
Oh, try Jesus. Try Jesus. Oh, he's the best thing that ever happened. Yeah. Oh, to me.
He's the best thing that ever happened to me.
Amazing. The Jones Family Singers here on 90.3 KEXP. You got tuned into the Roadhouse. Thanks so much for bringing your family to the KEXP family.
Thanks for having
That
us.
was wonderful. And catch them tonight at Jazz Alley and all around the world coming up this year. Dates all around. Look into them. Pick up the album from last year, The Spirit Speaks. And congratulations and on this well-deserved tour that you're getting here.
Thank you.
And good luck on this blessed tour. Thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Discover new music at listener-powered KEXP.org.